गुड मॉर्निंग। माँ सरस्वती और माँ लक्ष्मी का जिन पर आशीर्वाद है, ऐसे सब चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट और अन्य भाइयों को मेरा सादर नमस्कार। आज नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस का दूसरा दिन। हमारा पहला टॉपिक है हाउ टू फाइंड मेगा ट्रेंड एंड चेंजेस इन सेक्टर using technical analysis, and we have worthy speaker Mirani ji, who is going to take up this topic. जब हम इक्विटी मार्केट की बात करते हैं तो एक भावपूर्ण श्रद्धांजलि राकेश झुनझुनवाला जी के लिए, जिन्होंने इंडियन इक्विटी मार्केट को एक नई पॉजिटिविटी दी, जिनका एक लॉन्ग टर्म हमेशा व्यू था कि द मार्केट, इंडियन मार्केट, इन विच एवर कंडीशन इट वॉज, he always was a positive person. So सर को एक भावपूर्ण श्रद्धांजलि। सेक्टर और टेक्निकल एनालिसिस की बात है, एक्सपर्ट्स हैं, बट एक दो इंसिडेंट जो मेरे जहन में है। 91, 92 वी वर डूइंग आर्टिकलशिप। इन्फोसिस का पब्लिक इश्यू आया हुआ था। एनाम सिक्योरिटी वॉज अ लीड मैनेजर। इशू लोग भर नहीं रहे थे। 90 रुपीज़ प्रीमियम, 10,000 रुपया जिन्होंने डाला, आज की कीमत है 2.5 करोड़ रुपया या उससे भी ज़्यादा। आप सब लोगों को वो बोलने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। बट आई कुड सी दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम द वे लीड मैनेजर्स वर कन्विंसिंग द पीपल एंड टेलिंग देम दैट दिस इज गुड सेक्टर। फॉरगेट अबाउट द कंपनी, दे वर सेइंग दैट द सॉफ्टवेयर इज अ वेरी गुड सेक्टर, प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड एंड इन्वेस्ट इन दिस सेक्टर। I was fortunate to attend one of such meeting. Very rare meeting were hosted by Enam Securities, and one of those meeting I was able to attend. And they were saying that, look, this is going to be the sector where India need to be investing, and this is the future of country. I don't know उस समय वो कितना समझ में आया, नहीं समझ में आया, but rest we all know is a history. To find out a good sector itself is the biggest challenge. हम ये देखते हैं हमेशा कंपनी अच्छी है, डायरेक्टर अच्छा है, बिजनेस है, नाम है, बट अगर वो सेक्टर ही नहीं रहा तो वो कंपनी का भी क्या फायदा। वी हैव सीन लॉट ऑफ सेक्टर कमिंग अप एंड गोइंग डाउन एंड डाइंग ऑल्सो, लाइक एरा ऑफ .com वी सॉ देयर वेर ऑप्टिक फाइबर कंपनीज जिनका रातों रात वैल्यूएशन बढ़ गया, रातों रात जीरो हो गया। अभी कई नई इमर्जिंग सेक्टर्स आ रहे हैं। I am told hospital is another going, biggest sector which is coming up. The kind of volume, if we see in listed sales of a listed hospitals, 500 crore, 400 crore, and it's a kind of business which we have never thought. Hospital nahi hai, 5-star hotel hai. If you go to such hospital, I have been to. And I am told there are 20 hospitals in queue which are coming up with public issues. So this is one such sector, or there can be many such sectors which are emerging sector, and we have worthy person to talk about all those things. Nooresh ji, I'll request CA Akshay to do a introduction, formal introduction of Nooresh ji.
morning and very warm welcome to everybody. It is my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, Nooresh Mirani sir. Sir is IT engineer by qualification, blogger, educator and SBI registered research analyst. Writing actively for his blog for last 15 years. Guest analyst with CNBC, ET Now and Bloomberg. Full-time trader, investor, trainer, advisor. Conducted 300 plus lectures on technical analysis. Sir will guide us on how to use technical analysis to identify mega trend changes in sector. With these few words, let me invite Nooresh Mirani sir. Thank you.
Before sir starts, as a mark of our respect towards him, we'll give him a memento. I'll request dignitaries on the dais to join me in offering the memento to sir. Please, sir.
Okay. Just keep this here. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Yeah, it's a Sunday morning. You're all sleepy, but I'll try to keep you awake. So I'll start off with something which is more interesting. I think if I can play this. Can we have volume on this one? And if you can see it on the projector over there. Can we see it on the screen? So I'll start off with a tribute to Rakesh Jhunjhunwala in his own words, how he defines momentum trading. It's a fun thing to start.
So what is trading for? I think we should be more opinionated and less opinionated. Leverage your skills of your time. Trade is your friend. Right? So अगर किसी बोलते हैं ना कि मालूम है अभी कहीं को 200 का टायर 250 है 300 ने वाले हैं तो गली में चोर पकड़ा के सब पकड़ मार रहे हैं अपने मार रहे हैं इतनी वाले कि गली में चोर पकड़ा के अपने मार रहे हैं ऐसे समझ गया बता रहे हो क्या बन गए लोग लेकिन मार के सबसे पहले आप मारो
So I think the volume is not great, but what he says is vadare vadare levanu, gatade gatade vechwanu. And गली में अगर चोर पकड़ा गया है तो सब लोग चमाट मार के जाओ. But you should be the first one to run away also. One second. Presentation is not there on this one. Just a minute. I think the presentation which has been attached is the other one. So till the time that gets loaded, I'll be talking about technical analysis. I think most of you have heard about technical analysis. right? So the way we look at technical analysis is, problem is we call it technical analysis. Technical analysis, there is nothing technical about technical analysis, right? What does technical mean? So if you take a Maruti 800cc car, right, will it be exact 800cc? Enfield 350cc bike, is it exact? So when you go to technical specifications, what is it? 797.4, 348.5. So technical specifications implies it has to be exact. But what is exact about technical analysis? Nothing. Right? So we can call ourselves chartists, palm readers, whatever we want to. But the fact is, there is never going to be a 100% hit ratio in any sort of analysis about the stock markets. But we call it technical analysis, so it looks good. And that is going on for the last 100 years. So if I talk about something, if I'm trading, investing, we all know nobody is 100% right. So that is the first thing. Then we look at, so there are a lot of myths about technical analysis. It's one of the oldest form of analysis. It is something like which is at least 120 years old in terms of people reading articles. So it starts off with, everyone knows Dow Jones, right? So Mr. Charles Dow is the first proponent of technical analysis. And one of the best things he did was give an industrial average or a way to make out an index. And now every country in the world has an index to gauge the stock markets. So that's the history. You can go back to a book called Reminiscences of a Stock Operator on Jesse Livermore. The book is at least 120 years old. It talks about speculation and very interesting things. It is something called as, it talks about a bucket shop, which is basically where you want to buy 100 rupees of shares, you put up 10 rupees of margin and you can buy it. And moment you lose 10 rupees, you have to refill it, right? That is what is derivatives today, right? So that is, speculation remains the same over the last hundreds of years. Now people will talk about fundamental analysis. Now if you go back to the history, when we talk about fundamental analysis, which is the top 2 books? Can anybody tell me on fundamental analysis? The Intelligent Investor. Then comes to Fisher. Then we get into other books, right? Now the fact is, Benjamin Graham, when he wrote the book, back in the US in the 1930s, it was not necessary for companies to report quarterly results. Alright, I am in front of CAs, right? If you are not filing results on a quarterly or an annual basis, how do you understand the company? Right, so it started off after the Great Economic Depression in 1929, the SEC came into place and it became compulsory to. So then you see there are 2 eras of investing, pre-Benjamin Graham, post-Benjamin Graham, because it was all about net asset value, liquidation value, because how else can you understand the business? Earnings nahi hai, khali assets and liabilities hai, right? So you will always be looking at company mar gayi to kya bachega, right? Then we come to common stocks and common profits, wherein it starts talking about earnings. All right. So just to give you a review, that everything goes hand in hand in markets. So today we talk about earnings, but an investor 100 years back in the 1930s could not look into earnings, right? Now in terms of technical analysis, I say the amount of data which is available today. So how do we compare technicals and fundamentals in the current world with the normal lives we live in? So everybody who has a camera, a DSLR, calls himself a photographer, right? Everybody who loves food calls himself a foodie. right? Earlier when we used to go to a restaurant, we had to ask people, right? If some of you have come from outside Mumbai, what will you do first? Call up your friends, कि boss, किधर जाने को खाने को? अंधेरी में, कांदिवली में, where do I go to eat? Right? But today, I am a foodie just looking at Zomato. 4 stars hai, right? So I am a foodie. Same way, 20 years back, you could not read the annual reports. But today, just because I have access to money control, screener.in and various super websites, I call myself I am a fundamental investor. I have not read the annual report of the company, but I am a fundamental investor. Right? So the fact is, in the same way, charts 20 years back was difficult to access. Now there are at least 10 websites giving you charts across the world. So things keep changing and we keep evolving. So technical analysis has to be used with common sense. So that is what I'll be focusing on when I talk about sectors. So let me start off with it. So starting off with a disclaimer, SEBI. Yeah. None of the stocks, if they come, is an investment advice. So a standard disclosure, it is for educational purpose. If I talk about the stock, I might have positions, etc., etc. So I am clearing it off. So now the problem is, when we look at markets, right, there are 3 phases, basic phases. Bull markets, सब कुछ चलेगा, घोड़ा गधा कच्छर सब चलेगा, right? In a bear market, doesn't matter, सब कुछ गिरेगा. 2008, 99% of the companies were down. 2020, March 2020, 95 to 99% of the companies were down. Sideways market. When I say sideways market, not a bull market per se. See, India is a bull market, growing country, so we don't get 20 years of zero returns. We are not Japan. So I can call every market a correction. A 20, 30, 40% corrections could be sideways. Now this is a period of time where certain stocks, certain sectors do well. Alright. So sectoral leadership helps you in 2 times the most. One, in a sideways market where there are very few sectors which do well, or at the start of a bull market when leadership comes in. Second, in a bull market, to understand which is the driving force of the markets today. Alright, so that is why we look at sectors, and we've seen when sectors do well, it starts off with the best one, ends off with the worst one also doing well. And why is this necessary to look at sectors? So a lot of people say this sector is overheated, etc. But if you look at the history of sectoral rotations, this unusual moves in sectors is needed, right? If there was no 2000 Y2K boom, we would not have Google, Amazon, etc. which got listed, funded in those times. If we did not have the Harshad Mehta boom, we would have zero cement capacity in India. And how would the real estate revolution of 2000 come in? Right? In the same way, if there was no real estate infrastructure boom in 2007, we would not have highways today. Right? So that is the reason, if you get the sector right, there can be normalcy, good times and crazy times. So that is the reason to look at sectors. So I'll be focusing purely on technical analysis from a spectrum of understanding sectoral changes. So I'm not talking about technical analysis chart patterns, which you can make fun of, Head and Shoulders shampoo, right? But we'll look at it from a perspective of sectors as well as common sense. So how do we look out for sectoral leadership? Now there are sectoral indices on NSE and BSE, right? But the data is not always there. Is there a sugar index? Is there a paper index? Is there a hotel index? Hospital index का तो सोचा भी नहीं होगा अभी तक, because उतनी कंपनीज ही नहीं है, right? So, and also what happens is, how do we drill down further? Because the structure of Indian markets is such, it gets skewed to the top names, right? Now all of us look at Nifty 50, right? So Nifty 50 should show us the economy, the condition of the economy. That is the assumption, right? Terrible assumption. Why? 10 to 14% of Nifty is Reliance. 15 to 17% is HDFC Twins. Right? Do you think 25-28% of India's GDP is reflected by Reliance and HDFC? It does not. Right? So in the same way, what happens in sectoral indices is, you go to Pharma Index, the largest weight is Sun Pharma, which has gone nowhere for the last 7 years. So if you look at the Pharma Index, it will not depict what is the true picture of pharma. Same way, if you look at the energy index, I don't know whether Reliance is an energy company or a telecom company or a platform company or a retail company, but it is there in the energy index, right? So that is where what do we have to do is, we do a little bit of, say, digging down further to make it easier. Now industry specifications on exchanges also have discrepancies, because companies have transformed, businesses have transformed in a lot of companies. So what do we look out for? For simple indications ke boss, what is changing in the markets? So we look for 52-week highs, 52-week lows, 3-month highs, 1-month highs. Everyone can now open an app and see stocks near 52-week highs. Now, then we look out for new highs related to the Nifty and the Sensex. So that tells you what sectors are doing better than the Nifty. Now, sectoral trends will generally start with the larger names. Generally, at times it could be one small cap doing first, but generally the major trend starts with a large stock and then goes down to the smaller names. So these are the indices which are there, but not all are this thing. So 3-4 ways to look at it. So now we'll go into technicals. So what do we do is, we compare the Nifty versus a sectoral index. The second is go brute force, wherein we have to go look at all the stocks, because there could be a milk company which could have a sugar stock, right? So we have to go a little more in depth. Third is create your own index. You can create your own index in softwares. You can create a price weighted index on TradingView. Then finally, we look at relative strength to Nifty in terms of a ratio chart. Very simple. Ratio chart is what? Bank Nifty to Nifty kya hua? 38-39,000 divided by 70,000. Right? Now, let us look at this example. Now, the first one out here is, on the top is your Nifty, the one in red, and on below is the FMCG index. Now if you look at it, the first phase, which starts off from 2004-5 to 2007, Nifty is in a strong uptrend. What has happened to FMCG from 2006? If you look at this period, what has happened? Sideways, right? Back in 2006, क्या होता था? Hindustan Unilever is a stock for retired people, those who got it in IPO in the 1980s and 90s, right? ITC, etc. Then something changed in 2009 end. Nifty is still struggling to make a new high. The FMCG index has made a new all-time high. So this is the point of time it comes up on a technical radar that there is clear outperformance, and the sector at that point of time would be hated. right? We would call FMCG as what? Defensive. Pharma as defensive. कि ये 15-20% साल में चल गए तो बहुत ज्यादा हो गया. Now what happened between 2009 to 2013? The index, FMCG index went up by 2.5 times. Right? By end of 2013, ITC was the largest weight in the Nifty. And 7-8 years later, ITC was the meme stock of the year. ITC तो चलता ही नहीं है. Right? At one point of time, it was 10% of Nifty. So every cycle will have different horses, different sectors. So this was a period of time, all through, up till 2009 to 2013, Nifty did not make a new high. 6400 का जो टॉप था 2007 का, वो 2013 तक नहीं आया. But this sector went up 2.5 times. So this is what we are trying to spot, and that gives you huge alpha. Market sideways hai. A good part of my portfolio is making new highs. The performance can change totally. Same way, if you look at it, the next chart is, it is Nifty above, below it is Pharma index. Same way in 2009, the first horizontal green line, Pharma index makes a new high. Then in 2012, it again makes a new high. Has Nifty made a new high? What happened to Pharma index in 2012 to 2015? Again 100, 200, 250% up. Stocks went up 5x. Right? Tabhi we used to talk about ANDA filings. Companies have filed this, etc. And few years later, we started up talking about FDA closures. कंपनी का प्लांट ही बंद हो गया. फार्मा किसी को तब भी नहीं समझता था, आज भी नहीं समझता. Right? Because the companies have a tough time. They don't know whether they will clear the plant closure in the next 6 months. Right? In the first FDA plant closures, Lupin could do it in 6 months. Today, it is still struggling for the last 5 years. Right? Every other day we keep hearing Sun Pharma Halol plant. So in the good times, it doesn't matter. Pharma is super. Understanding is zero, but market prices are okay. Sun Pharma, Daiichi sold Sun Pharma in 2015 at 990,000 rupees. The stock has still not come back to those prices after 7 years. Does this make Sun Pharma a bad company? The market made it a super good company in terms of valuations. So what are we trying to do? We are trying to play those sectoral churns. So this is just a little grilling down where you go a little more short-term charts. So even before this point of time, so in the earlier chart you looked at new highs here. Then you go a little shorter term chart, you start seeing clear outperformance in pharma in the middle of 2009. Okay, this started making a 1-year high where the Nifty was still struggling. The same, that was FMCG and this is pharma. You will see the same similarity. So you can look at the same charts on shorter time frames to start looking out for much better entry points. So we looked at a 10-15 year chart, then we are looking at a 3-5 year chart. Now, so that was first way where it is visual. You keep one chart above, one chart below. Now what we do is, we look at, check all charts of a particular sector which comes popping up on your every day. Okay, you see suddenly IT stocks making new high. Mindtree आता है, LTTS आता है, LTI आता है. Before COVID, people did not know these two companies are different. Right? People only knew L&T. And by end of it in last year, you saw a note, L&T का holding value in LTTS and LTTI कि ये कितना बड़ा हो गया, right? So what we do is, so I'll take an example of textiles and chemicals. I have not taken chemical charts, but chemical companies were listed for 20 years before this, right? Aarti Industries, Atul Limited, these are very old companies, but they were just there. Stock को कुछ होता नहीं था, right? But in 2014, Aarti Industry comes out with a new all-time high, right? और तब तक क्या था? Chemicals are commodity companies, very cyclical. You should avoid. Textiles, you have to avoid. Mr. Buffett sold his textile company to launch Berkshire Hathaway, right? So textiles को तो देखना ही नहीं चाहिए. Now look at what happens in 2014 to 2015. So in 2014, you saw all textile companies and chemical companies make new all-time highs. But तब क्या था? Nifty was also making an all-time high. तो सब कुछ चलेगा. But what happened in 2015? Nifty topped out at 9,000. Raghuram Rajan came out of nowhere, did a rate cut and it created a top. Ideally, rate cut implies market अच्छा रहना चाहिए. It created a top. Nifty had corrected from 9,100 to 8,000. But textile stocks were making new 52-week highs and new all-time highs. Chemical stocks were making new 52-week highs and new all-time highs. So this is a chart of Vardhaman Textiles. So the first part is 2014, where everything moves up. But this is the part, this is somewhere in start of March to June 2015. Nifty is down 10%, Vardhaman Textiles is up 10%. Right, so clear outperformance. This is the most known company because we've heard it for 20 years. The next chart is interesting. Have you all heard about this company called KPR Mills before 2014? Because this got listed only in 2008. So nobody knew about this company. Right, so this company used to do 25% operating margins for a textile company. Right. So the stock went from 300 to 1800 in the last cycle from 2015 to 18. The stock is still higher today on a bonus split adjusted net basis, the best performing textile stocks, and we've not heard about it. And it's a very large company today. Then Welspun India. You can see the same thing. First 2014 breaks out. 2015 Nifty is down in March to June, but this stock makes a new 52-week high. So the stock goes from 40 to 120 in the next 1 year, and in that 1 year, Nifty has gone nowhere. Remember in 2016, we went to 7,000 Nifty, and there was a rumor of long-term capital gains tax coming, which happened after 2 years, which is a terrible tax. Because it has still not been able to cross STT in terms of revenue. Right? Then some more companies, Himmat Singh ka, the stock went from 80 to 300. So what I am showing is that it starts off with a known company, but it goes across the board. Then you will see some more names which you have not heard about. Kitex Garments, not known anywhere in 2014-15, and by 2016-17, it was the talk of the town. The stock went from 100 to 1000 rupees. You could have bought it at 250 rupees in 2015 and still got a 4-bagger. Indocount. This company went into almost bankruptcy in 2012-13, 11 to 12. Revived. The stock started making new all-time highs in 2013. At 20, 50, 60 rupees. By end of the cycle, so it came onto my radar at 2022. Because markets are down, this stock is up, new 52-week high, all-time high, which is very odd. 2013. the stock went from, so this was one of my worst mistakes in terms of allocation, sold it early. So post 2015 and previous cycles, now I make a basket of stocks where I buy the worst names also. Because our default condition is what? Buy the leader stocks, buy the good stocks. But in the cycle, if you have a 20% allocation to the stock, it's okay to have 2-4%, 5% allocation to 2-3 such terrible names. Because this stock went from 20, 50, 60 to 1200 in that cycle in a matter of less than 2 to 3 years. Welspun Syntax. Then in that period, you would have heard Nandan Denim, KG Denim, Guinea Filaments, right? It started off with Aarti, Atul, SRF, Naveen Fluorine. By end of it, it was what? XYZ Specialty Chemicals, right? Companies started changing their names. बस अभी एक ही change बाकी है. XYZ China plus one. The company should name itself only China plus one. क्योंकि अब स्पेशलिटी तो यूज हो गया, किसी ने स्पेशलिटी फूड इंग्रेडिएंट्स कर लिया, राइट? सो आई थिंक द नेक्स्ट वुड बी XYZ China plus one, right? Now what happens in this case is, the reason we want to buy leadership companies is that they will survive. So Vardhaman Textiles is still doing okay relatively, KPR Mills is still doing well, but you've forgotten about KG Denim and Nandan Denim, right? And what will happen? In the next cycle, those bad companies will not come back, right? 15 years back, we used to talk about Bajaj Hindustan and Shri Renuka Sugars. Today we talk about Balrampur Chini, which is the survivor. Now the same thing happened in 2021 for textiles. We started seeing textiles make new highs. This was RSWM. So initial part of 2020, every stock went up because COVID में सब गिर गए थे. But in 2021, we started seeing new leadership. So again, RSWM, etc. went 2x, 3x. You had Vardhaman Textiles go up double, right? So another solution which we've started finding out nowadays is, we create equal weight indices. We create it on a software, you all can do it on tradingview.com. You can just add up the stocks, it becomes a price weighted index. So this is what starts coming out when you look at equal weight indices. क्योंकि इंडेक्स का स्ट्रक्चर क्या है? टॉप हैवी, राइट? रिलायंस एंड HDFC कैन डिसाइड वेयर निफ्टी कुड बी. इकोनॉमी से कोई लेना देना नहीं है. ऑलराइट. सो इन द सेम वे, इफ यू लुक एट द अबाउ चार्ट, द ग्रीन वन इज निफ्टी फार्मा, राइट? इट्स स्टिल इन अ डाउन ट्रेंड, right? The below chart is Nifty Pharma equal weights of the same companies which are there in Nifty Pharma. Now what is interesting is, out here, one of the first sectors, two sectors actually made a new high in 2020. Crossed pre-COVID levels first. One was FMCG, second was pharma. First, index fell by 40%, pharma did not fall 40%. Then, pharma index made a new high. The equal weighted ones, and stocks started crossing pre-COVID levels. And then what happened between 2020 to 2021? India will be supplying medicines to the world, right? And then we saw what? Chemicals to APIs doing well. चूरन को API बोल सकते हैं good times, right? We can keep doing this, but that is how it works. In bad times we'll call ये तो चूरन बनाता है, कोई भी बना सकता है. In good times we'll say what? API, the only guy who can make paracetamol and ibuprofen. All right. So this is interesting. Then what we did is, we took more pharma names. Now suddenly the charts became more interesting. This index actually made a new all-time high in 2020. Because Sun Pharma, Dr. Reddy का weight और भी कम हो गया. They have not gone anywhere for the last 7 years. Sun Pharma made a top at 1100 in 2015. And we are still struggling at 900 after 7 years. Right? So that tells you कि boss, यहाँ पे कुछ तो market is perceiving a change. Right? Then what we do is now, so we looked at it, and the last way to look at it is what? We take ratio charts. Basically divide X index by Nifty. Right? So one of the criteria could be for looking at froth. BSE small cap by Nifty. I'll talk about BSE small cap, which is not there in this index, but it is a fun index. I call it the कचरा इंडेक्स ऑफ इंडिया. क्योंकि सब इंडेक्स क्या होता है? टॉप 50 कंपनीज ऑफ इंडिया, टॉप 100 कंपनीज ऑफ इंडिया. राइट? हम स्कूल कॉलेज में भी गए तो क्या? ए डिवीजन. राइट? कि ये सब यहां पे टॉपर्स है. राइट? सो ऑल इंडेक्सेस आर व्हाट? टॉप. But what is BSE small cap index? It's an index of bottom 15% of India's market cap. So you have to do really good to get out of that index. Right? So generally बाकी सब इंडेक्स का क्या है? स्टॉक का भाव बढ़ा तो आ जाओगे, इधर भाव बढ़ा तो भाग जाओगे. Right? So that gives you, so one of the ratios which I use is BSE small cap divided by Nifty. Whenever it goes to 2, लोचा है. And whenever it goes to below 1, closer to 1, market has started disregarding the bottom. कि ये सब companies कचरा है. And the best part on that index is there is no upper limit on the number of stocks. ऐसा नहीं top 50 etc. At one point of time it had 850 plus stocks. And the lowest market cap was 510 crores also. Right? So this ratio charts can be used as thumb rules. Okay, boss, this is थोड़ा ओवर हो रहा है, थोड़ा ओवर हो रहा है नीचे के साइड में. As of now, we are not on the extreme side, we are in the middle in that index, so don't worry. So, now we looked at 2012, 15, 20. Then we look at a very recent trend a year back. The one above is the IT sector index. Right? By 2020, we had started saying what? IT is a defensive. Market नीचे जाता है, डॉलर ऊपर जाता है तो IT लेने का. Right? It will act as a defensive. Now something changed. In 2020-21, this is the IT index, this is pre-COVID price, and this is a new high above the pre-COVID price. This is the ratio chart with Nifty. Across cycles, this ratio would not cross. So IT was never an outperformer for the last 10 years before 2020. It would perform in line with the Nifty. Ratio chart क्या होगा? You are dividing. If Nifty goes up 10%, IT goes up 10%, ratio chart तो same जगह पे ही होगा. How can it break out? When Nifty is up 10%, the index is up 15-20%. Or the Nifty is down 10% and this is not down. So this changed in 2020. Right? What happened to this index? It kept on, so the ratio chart kept on going up. The outperformance is crazy. Stocks went up 2x, 4x, 5x, digitization. Right? And by end of it, Back in 2019, there were articles. The IT sector can be obsolete in India. How long can we be the body shop of the world? In 2020, what happens? We will be the cloud capital, etc. And the PEs went from 10-12 PE for large caps to 25 to 40. And you have some companies at 60, 80, 100. So the funny part is, in bear market, such sectors quote at 10x PE. And in good markets, they quote at 10x sales. That is the change which happens. Right? So believing this sectoral rotation is also difficult. कि ट्रेंड इज योर फ्रेंड डिफिकल्ट क्यों है? कि अगर 10 साल तक इन्फोसिस टीसीएस को 20 का पी नहीं मिला तो अब 40 कैसे मिलेगा? टाटा इलेक्सी कोट्स एट 20x सेल्स, पी तो चलो भूल जाओ, राइट? इट कोट्स एट अ हायर सेल्स नंबर कंपेयर टू एफएमसीजी, राइट? एंड फॉर अ लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ टाइम इट वाज अ डॉग ऑफ अ स्टॉक. So this was IT, and now what happened? From September 2021 till today, they are down 25 to 40%. When do you get out? So this was the time to get out. This is an older chart. It started very close to breaking the lows of the last 6 months. Nifty had not fallen a lot. The ratio chart also started breaking down somewhere in start of this year. And now the problem is what? For the next few years, we'll keep saying digitization. The long-term story of IT is great. And the stocks will not perform. Same way what happened with pharma, 2015 to 2020. Sun Pharma is a superb company. Right? Markets are cyclical. Market valuations are doubly cyclical. Right? So because doubly cyclical क्यों? In good times the valuations go much more huge, but then on the bottom it has to again go back to new lows. तो valuation भी खराब, earnings भी खराब. In good times you get both, PE भी बढ़ता है, earnings भी बढ़ता है. So IT for now, for the next few years, may not be an outperformer. Then look at this index, metals. Now what happened in November, December 2021? Markets sideways हो गई थी 15,000, 15,500, बराबर है? In that 3-4 months. But वो भी अपना क्या? We keep hearing all these things, no? Low beta, high beta. So metals is a very high beta sector. So you should buy only when the markets are going up. What happened in this period? Nifty was at the same place and metal index went up 100%. Right? So this is where the metal index breaks out, the relative strength breaks out, because it started going up when the Nifty was not going up. And by end of it क्या हो जाता है? We all start believing what? Metals is no more cyclical. बराबर है? Because aluminium prices have gone up from 1,500 to 3,800. Right? So we assume कि उधर रह जाएगा price. But we are back to $2,300 on LME. And ठीक है, we all will get into that phase. That is where the first video comes into place. कि दो लाफे मार के भाग जाने का. Right? When you are playing sectors, you've made too much money. On the way down, you have to get out. So that is the chart. It was, this are 3-4 months old charts. This is where it was breaking down. So this was the time where you had to get out of metals, even if you believed. Right? That is where RJ says you have to be opinionated in very long-term investments. Right? Whatever happens, he will keep on holding Titan, and that is how he made money. But when you are looking at 1, 2 year, 3 year views, you cannot let your opinions cloud your judgment and not get out. Now, some more examples. Now, this is an equivalent power index. The one out there is an older chart of all power stocks except Adani Power. थोड़ा outlier side पे, right? Because उसको power से कोई लेना ही लेना नहीं था in price action. So somewhere in the end of start of 2021, in the April 2021, the power index started making a new high, the equal weighted. Tata Power started making 60, 70. Alright. And remember in 2007, India is a very power deficient country. Right? IPO आया था. Right? And there were 3-4 such other power companies. Those who were in very different kinds of businesses before that. They all became power companies. सबने power plant डाल दिया था. 4-5 साल पहले आप लोग ने भी विंड पावर के प्लांट्स के लिए सब लोग ने डाला ना टैक्स बचाने के लिए. आप सब नहीं किया वो. Right? Because the trend catches up with everyone. So this gave a breakout, and this is what happened. See, when this goes up a little, it implies a lot because Nifty भी ऊपर गया है और ये उससे भी ज्यादा ऊपर गया है. So in that period, 60, 80, 90 वाला Tata Power went to 250. Right? Then you will see NTPC Power Grid also did well. Now the problem is when you look at NTPC Power Grid, अरे यार थकेला कंपनी है. But if you look at the amount of dividends which NTPC has given in that period also, you have to add it up. NTPC added for dividends today is at an all-time high. Stock price का all-time high 10 साल पहले 240 था, आज वो 160 है. So it's given 80 rupees of dividend in that period. So this was the phase where power companies did well. And this is actually a report, so I have come out with this, so it's not something which you call curve fitting. Then textiles, a very similar trend in. So earlier we looked at the same chart, we have not looked at the equal weight chart of textiles. Look at the outperformance with, boss, the index went up 5x between 2014 to 2017. 5x is a huge return in a 3-year period of time. And there were at least 10 companies which went up 5x. So it was not just one outlier. Then again it started in 2020. Again it went up almost 80%. Now, this is the same chart of pharma which we looked at before, the ratio chart. Now you look at it, what happened to pharma 2020 के बाद. Metal index. Now this is autos back in 2022. Now the index has gone nowhere for a long period of time. Right? So this is a little 3-4 months older chart where we had looked at it, boss, in May 2022, this index should get into favor. Because a lot of these companies have gone nowhere for last 10 years. See, a lot of such sector outperformers come from sectors which have first gone nowhere. Right? Power 10-12 साल से नहीं चला, FMCG 10 साल से नहीं चला था. HUL 2002 to 2012 return was 0, X of dividends. Dividends के वजह से थोड़ा ऐड हुआ होगा, but 0 return for one of the top weights in Nifty in that point of time. And what was interesting, at the same point of time, this index was near a breakdown. Which is this index? This was metal. This is a metal index. Now what happens today? What are we discussing? Steel prices have gone down. So pricing power is back into auto. Right? So you'll see this playing out, but we will start discussing it 3-6 months later. कि बहुत steel price नीचे आ गया, सब कुछ नीचे आ गया. So now autos don't have a problem, right? So this is the auto with the Nifty. It started underperforming from 2016. So if you look at Mahindra and Mahindra, which we are talking about today, the stock was at 700 rupees in 2015. It was 700 rupees 4 months back also. Even before Russia-Ukraine, it was 700 rupees. 700 to 800. So 7-year returns, 0. Company talked about a new capital allocation strategy a year back. Now we are seeing it. Prices started breaking out 4 months back. Then we start talking about Scorpio N. 3 months later, we'll talk about their electric. Right? So prices many a times are a function of things changing behind. A classic example, all of us are Jio users. Between 2010 to 2017, what happened? 8 years of zero return for Reliance Industries. The day the company announced the Jio plans, the stock did not go up that day. The next day, it went up 10% with 10x volumes. But the problem क्या था? 2017 was a super time for small caps. 2014-17 में टेक्सटाइल चला है, केमिकल चला है, तो आर बिलीफ बिकम्स सेट के बड़ा पैसा बड़े स्टॉक में नहीं बन सकता है, राइट? बिकॉज ऑल द मनी वी मेड वाज इन स्मॉल कैप्स. सो द रीजन वी कांट राइट सेक्टोरल चेंजेस इज बिकॉज ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम ऑल दिस प्राइस एक्शन बिकम्स आवर बिलीफ्स, राइट? कि जैसे 2006 में एफएमसीजी नहीं चला, तो जब बाजार में 2004-5 में आया था तो बोलते थे डिफेंसिव है, फार्मा डिफेंसिव है. तो यू जस्ट कांट बिलीव. जब 2012 में स्टॉक्स गो अप 5x 7x, यू आर आउट एट 20%, बिकॉज जस्ट अ प्राइस एक्शन बिकम्स योर बिलीफ कि ये सेक्टर थकेला है, डिफेंसिव है, राइट? Reliance has done nothing for the last 7-8 years. So everyone gave out. The best performing stock in 2017 to 2018 was the largest company of India. Right? Belief क्या set हो गया था? Because we all got multi-baggers in 2014 to 17. बड़ा पैसा बड़े स्टॉक में नहीं बन सकता है. Reliance went up 100% that year. And the effect hurt us a lot more in 2020. Because that was again the first stock to go up in a big way. So we all used Jio. All technical analysts got in 2017, 550 rupees pe, adjusted for the split bonus. 1100 rupees was the rate on that day. Everyone got out at 1300, 1400, 1500. It did not hurt because the next 6 months were also good for small caps. But this is what will happen. Okay, even today you will see sectoral changes, but it will be difficult to digest at that point of time. 6 months, 1 year later, things will be known. Scorpio N, etc. जैसे 2014-15 Escorts was a terrible company. बराबर है? 15 साल का रिटर्न 0 था. अब क्या हो गया? जापानी को बेच दिया उसने. The stock is up 10x from those levels. Now we don't talk about Escorts. We talk about M&M. So this will continue. So this was the last report which I came out in June end, which was on Bank Nifty, which is there on the website. It's a 50-60 page report. I did a session in one of the where we discussed this in July. That banks, the future of Nifty depends on banks. So this was the chart at that point of time. Right? Above is the Bank Nifty ratio chart with the Nifty, and below is Bank Nifty. Now what was interesting is, this is this is 2020, where November 2020 Nifty made a new all-time high 12,500. At that time, Bank Nifty was 32,500, 33,000. Then at this point of time, in June, Bank Nifty was again 33,000. So essentially, Bank Nifty was at an equivalent of 12,500 Nifty. और तभी क्या बिलीफ सेट हो गया था, 12,000 14,000 तो आना ही है निफ्टी में. But Bank Nifty, which is generally banks and financials, have been 30 to 40% of the Nifty, is already at 12,500. तो और घेरने के लिए कुछ तो लगेगा ना. आपका रिलायंस नहीं चला है, IT has done well, and IT had already fallen 25-40%. 25% तो index down था जून में. So what happens is, we have a view on economy. तो निफ्टी भी ऐसा ही होएगा. So at this point of time, banks, and then you go to look at banking charts, you will see IndusInd Bank was lower than 2015 prices. Axis Bank was at the same price as 2015. HDFC Bank 3-year return was 10%. SBI 2010 was 350 rupees. It was at 400 in June. So, and banks were, अपने को तो ऐसा लगता है banks चलते ही है, but banks were doing nothing for the last 3, 5, 7 years. और बाकी तो there are a list of banks which have gone kaput. मतलब जो जिंदा भी है, करूर वैश्य बैंक, right? Even a City Union Bank was available at June 2020 prices. The stock is up 50% from those prices in the last 3 months. At one point of time, City Union Bank had outperformed HDFC Bank on a 3-year, 5-year, 10-year period consistently in terms of returns. And this is what has happened in the last 3 months. 34,000 has become 39,000. Yeah. So I did this. So there is a proof. Jitu Bhai was there in that July meeting where I said that banks have become the place to be. Right. Now I'll end up the part about how markets are very smart. Markets are very smart. Somehow, I don't know why. And as a technical analyst, I don't need to ask the question why. Because you can't justify. Because things come up 6 months later. BPCL goes up 50% in 2014. Crude is still at $105. फिर आता है क्या है? Diesel deregulation. Right? Now look at this. We are all from Bombay. When did say Omicron cases peak in Bombay? In Mumbai? January? So what you can do is go to the BMC ka Twitter handle and see the date or see the week where Omicron cases peaked in Mumbai. And then you will see these are the two charts, the biggest beneficiaries. Dr. Lalpath Labs and Metropolis. January 2021, top of the stocks, as now they've fallen 30, 40, 50%. Right? 24th March 2020, India goes into lockdown, markets bottom on that day. Never to be seen again. Right? So the market prices it really fast. Now can you imagine, मतलब normal दिमाग में क्या जाएगा? अभी तो लॉकडाउन हो गया, धंधा खत्म हो गया. That day, 95% of the stocks bottomed in India and around the world. All right. So this is how markets are fast. Everyone remembers demonetization? 2017. What was the first thought? Markets are to gone. Real estate to dhulai ho jayega. Which was the best performing sector of 2017? Real estate. Right. Then we said what? Arey, it all got economization, financialization of Indian savings. 2017, no index in the world fell more than 7-8% in the year. It was all because of demonetization. So the world is not according to us, right? Apna index nahi gira, we can say financialization. But apna European Dow Jones Nikkei index se thodi koi lena dena hai. But that is how market cycles are. That is where you can use common sense and technicals. This need not be done in charts. You all can also see the same happening around you. Charts just makes it easier to see and for me to talk. Right. A few months back, hotel stocks across the world hit new all-times. These are 4 hotel stocks, hospitality stocks, Expedia, Hyatt, Marriott, and one more. Now, opening up happened in US and the world 3 months before us. You are still in that lockdown phase in Jan, Feb, March. Then what happens a few months later, a month later in India? Indian hotels, अभी तो Royal Orchid hotels, अभी छोटे छोटे का भी नाम आएगा. Right, so this is the trend. You can look at what is happening globally. So I'll now end up with the story, be long-term bullish on India. So I'll give some simple stats. So this is where I generally end my presentation always, with these 2 slides. Because we are the most pessimistic people in terms of our expectations from the country as well as from the markets. Right? So India total market cap today is 270 to 80 lakh crores. ये इससे थोड़ा 10% ऊपर है हम. Right? So that is the total India market cap. Alright. Now FIIs own less than 20% today. They're closer to 18-19%. Alright. Another FDI is 2 to 5%. Promoters are around 45-50%. Right? So 50 plus 20, 70 to ho gaya. Right? Then 15% roughly is DIIs today, which is what? Mutual funds, insurance companies. So 85% is gone. This is not very unstable. Alright. So what is actually left? See, FII outflow kitna hua? 3 lakh crore. Which is what? 1% of the total market cap of India. Right? So the float is 30 to 50 lakh crores roughly in India. Alright. कि इतना अवेलेबल है, बाकी सब लोग ज्यादा हिले ना तो. FII sold almost 3.5 lakh crores last year in a 9-month period. Alright. Which is equivalent to 1% of Indian market cap. 2008, they sold equivalent to 1% of India market cap at that point of time. And 5% of their holding value. Say it was 50-60 lakh crores market cap then, their holding was 12 lakh crores. They sold 68-90,000 crores at that point of time. 5% of their holding. And the index fell by 60%. Because the world also fell a lot more. This time around, we have not fallen 30% also in their selling. We are actually almost flat. So it is almost same to a 2008 selling. Alright. Now, so this was highest since 2008 in absolute terms, longest in time period, getting close to 5% of their peak holding. This is the number which we looked at in June. Now, what happens where are we today? So I say we need three things for a bull market. Earnings visibility, low float. Low float means there is not too much of paper coming in, new paper, yeah, etc. And finally flows. पैसा आ रहा है, liquidity है तो सब चलेगा. What has been happening for the last few years, 2014 to 2017, markets went up, earnings did not go up. Right? What is happening in 2021-22? Earnings are also going up. That's a big change. We've had minor bull markets from 2008 where liquidity was up, float was low, earnings was not there. For a long period of time, Nifty EPS was 400-500. Today we can go to 1000 EPS by in the next 2 years. So earnings are there. The whole banking system, which got hit between 2006 to 2012, has taken 10 years to heal. And today, a lot of companies which were kachra have gone delisted. Right? सब खत्म हो गया ना. किंगफिशर के बाद और एयरलाइन एक गई, 3-4 रियल एस्टेट कंपनी उड़ गई, बैंकिंग कंपनी उड़ गई. Now, opposite to this on the flow side, what has changed in the last 10 years? The default retail Indian money which is coming in. SIP is at 1.3 to 1.5 lakh crores on an annual basis, 12,000 crores monthly. This used to be 400 crores 10 years, 12 years back. That's huge. Zerodha, a new discount broker, has 1 crore clients. And I am not considering direct equity inflow. I am only considering default inflows. What I mean is automated. सिप खोलना आसान है, बंद करना मुश्किल है, पता ही नहीं है करना कैसे है. Right? The EPFO money in India is 25 to 35,000 crores, which is 15% of the inflow and which is growing every year. LIC generally puts in 50,000 to 70,000 crores a year. This ends up becoming what? 2.5 lakh crores. This is almost equivalent of buying 7 to 10% of the existing float on a yearly basis. What happens when FIs also become buyers? We saw a small example recently where FIs and DIs were buyers. Very small. Right? What happens when earnings continue to grow? Will there be enough float? So, in the next 1 to 5 years, we may get into the ideal cocktail for a bull market. We've seen it happen in sectors, but not in the whole market. So, earnings growth plus high inflows plus low float. We have only seen this for a small period of time in 2007 and 2017. We've not seen this heady cocktail for a long time. So, my view is be long-term bullish and keep investing. Thanks a lot. If you have any questions, you can take it.
Any questions we can take up? Any questions? Couple of questions we can take up in the available time. Yeah, please.
How do you see LIC future?
Huh? Of India? Technically, I can't see much because there is hardly any chart history. Rest, though, whenever it starts showing something real in terms of perception changing. As of now, perception has not changed. So I will look at companies which are not doing well after they start doing well. Because you can't understand many companies in terms of fundamentals. And insurance is another sector you can't understand only. I think CA के बाद एक वो actuarial is only the only difficult exam in India.
Last time in the meet you talked about bank nifty, that time I think around 34,000. Technically, for over a period of time, the bank nifty bullish लगा. और thereafter almost पिछले एक महीने में हमने देखा कि almost 10 to 15% रैली हो गई. लेकिन बैंकिंग और फाइनेंशियल का जो वेटेज है ओवरऑल 35-37%. तो यहाँ से आपको आगे जैसे जस्ट स्टार्टेड द बुल रन, तो विल बैंक निफ्टी विल टेक द लीड.
So it has always been the leading sector, right? 2020 में change हुआ, right? So the way to look at it is, COVID जब तक था, तब तक COVID beneficiaries did well, pharma, IT, etc. So January 22 के बाद क्या होना चाहिए? Omicron cases peaked हो गए, तो all COVID hit companies should come back. So banks and financials में the view is extremely positive. Because even after this move, you look at small cap banks, they're still down 40, 50, 60% from the tops in January 21. Right? HDFC Bank का return तो अभी भी zero ही है, last 3 साल का almost. So, and the case in India is why banks and financials are the leading sector weightage in India is because of RBI. Because in India, the only big constraint is financial companies, banks. The promoters cannot own more than 15% stake once they've crossed 10 years. Uday Kotak has been fighting it for the last 3 years. Right? And Nifty changed to free float market cap in 2009. I think that time it was 16-17% was bank Nifty. Today we are at 35%. Now what happens? Banks का structure क्या है? They have to keep raising money. So anyways float तो increase ऐसे भी structurally होता है business का. Plus RBI says promoter should own 15% only. So they will remain the largest part of Indian index. We can't help it. It is a mathematical structure which you cannot change. Right? So you have to play the cycles in that. तो ये प्रॉब्लम है. और क्या होता है कि FMCG कंपनी है 75% प्रोमोटर का है. राइट? वो अजीम प्रेमजी साहब तो कभी बेचे ही नहीं. So they will get lower weights. All the other sectors promoters have higher weights. And then what happens in good times? Everyone has to participate. Hello.
So what is your advice on false breakout? How can you identify one of the?
So that is the first part which I said. You'll never be right 100%. So his question is, how do you reduce false breakouts? False breakout is a stop loss hit, you went wrong. Problem किधर है false breakout में? The stocks breaks out. Say 100 was the last high, it broke out to 102. You bought at 102. It went to 105, then fell to 90, 95. The loss is 5-7%, you take the stop loss. Problem क्या है? The stock goes to 60, and then you say technical analysis तो नहीं चलता यार. But if you did not keep the discipline, so false breakout is what you going wrong. And the fact is, as a technical guy, your career graph will change when you understand how much you make when you are right changes your returns. See, a false breakout is 7% loss, 10% loss. But if you buy a stock at 100, it goes to 120. You sold at 120, it goes to 160. If you could ride it till 140, that takes care of 4 to 8 false breakouts. That is the game changer. And that's why people say, no, technical analyst, there is a joke of RJ. Technical analyst सब लोग कांदिवली से आगे रहता है. Right? Because we are always worried about false breakouts. So what should we worry about? When we go right, you ride much, much longer. That's why I am doing all sectoral, etc. ना कि right हुआ तो index ही 100% गया. So consider false breakouts is going to happen every third trade of yours. So accept it and move on.
Sir.
In your view, what is the technical charts of a new age companies such as Paytm and Zomato showing at this point of time?
So technically you can't see much. See, I'll be very frank. कि अगर data ही नहीं है ज़्यादा तो मैं क्या देख सकता हूँ? But the logic is very clear. कि boss, see, when do these IPOs come? Right? They come at the peak of the cycle. So one rule, so there is a nice book called The Next Apple by Ivanov, which talks about buying companies in the US post IPO. So the way to look at IPOs is you buy companies which stay higher than the IPO price for a longer time. And you look at Paytm, you look at Zomato. Zomato gave a false breakout and then fell down. It was just there for some time above 160. But none of the companies which were falling, which did not cross IPO, they did bad only. Right? Nobody talks about a fine organics. वो भी IPO आया था ना? It never fell. So the rule is very simple. In new IPO stocks, which outperform the markets, you be invested. Rest, don't look at it only. मर जाएंगे साले. So I would suggest this little understanding of technicals on IPO stocks.
Excuse me.
Sir, how?
Yeah.
Sir, it is expected that US and Europe would go into mild recession. Still you are bullish on India for 1 to 5 years?
They've gone into recession 3 months back.
No, from
Data भी आएगा.
stock market perspective, yes, 20% fall, etc.
नहीं, I'm saying the GDP growth 3 months back only has gone into recession. GDP का data में delay is 1 to 3 months across the world.
So what I'm saying is, it won't impact Indian market?
Best है ना? The best time to buy is recession. You look at the history. So I'll give you an example. We talk about US. अपना basic logic क्या है? Interest rate ऊपर गया तो क्या होना चाहिए? Market down होना चाहिए. Look into the history. Whenever interest rates have gone up, markets have gone up.
So pre-discounting kind of.
Markets, as I said, na, is faster. 24th March 2020, lockdown हुआ, market bottom हुआ.
So because of Jackson Hole, US market fallen on Friday. Impact would come on Monday in Indian market also.
But this is going to continue, right? The day Russia-Ukraine war, the markets bottomed out in the next few days, right? So this is how it is. So when you read stuff, it has already been discounted. मतलब the way to look at it is market के newspaper में आया तो discount हो चुका है. And India is not in recession. And
I'm not talking of Indian recession at all.
so as I said, na, so this is what is changing.
Global thing would impact Indian market also, right?
Yeah, they do for a short period of time. Always. See, 2008, right? We went back to new same highs na, in 2009 when there was recovery. So this is going to continue. Like I said, this will happen in the short term. This will be the opportunity. कि अभी जैसे ये जून में we fell, right? That was the opportunity. Recession तब आ चुका था. So if you look at GDP data, the calculation is 1 to 3 months delay. Inflation is also 15 to 30 days. So till the time it comes, वो तो हो चुका है.
Thank you.
Sir, how to plot this equally weighted?
So there are two ways. I do it on a software called Metastock where you can create equity indices. There is a website called TradingView where you can do price weighted index where you do ABB plus Siemens plus L&T और उसका index बन जाएगा. So that is also good enough to see this. I think so. Yeah.
Sir, one last question.
Sir, one question.
Yeah, last question, please.
Sir, what will be the implication of
HDF's view on agro-based sector or any possibilities turnaround of game changing in this sector?
Which sector?
Agro-based sector.
agro-based?
Capital goods.
Agro-based sector.
Agrobees.
Agro-based.
Agrochemical companies. So if you look at agrochemical companies, they also did well with chemical companies. Right, 2014 to 18. Now again, what happens in that sector is, we know about the best companies. There was a small company called Bharat Rasayan, which ended up 10-12x in that period. So I was invested in Bharat Rasayan. So that cycle is done. Now many of these chemical companies are really large. So it's very difficult to take a call anymore. PI is huge. UPL is buying companies across the world. So I will keep it at कि price action अभी भी नहीं है. So my indications on agrochemical would be when UPL makes a new 52-week high. It has been struggling for the last 1 year.
So maybe Sharda Crop.
That has been interesting. Very recently, it was an outperformer. Anyway, so as I said, this whole sector, the problem is they don't go together anymore. 2014, 18, all of them went up. See, sectoral trend क्या है? घोड़ा, गधा, खच्चर भी चलता है. Then what happens is there will be stock specific trends. So agro, pharma, chemicals today will have stock specific trends. So Sharda will go up, something else, Heranba will be down. A third company will be down 30%. So my view is it's not a trend as of now. Again, as I said, I don't see a clear trend in the sector. Sabka alag alag hai. There is a pesticides, India pesticides, which is at an all-time high. So, and there is one stock which is 30-40% now.
So other than banking, which is the best sector?
Capital goods has come up. All companies which got hit because of COVID is the sector to go for. फिर वो autos हो, textiles हो, banking हो, financials हो, then capital goods हो, and there are new sectors which will keep popping up.
Sir, how would you analyze Adani stocks?
Huh?
How would you analyze the Adani?
Don't analyze. Right.
Thank you so much.
Classical 5% float.
I think sir will be available in the offline during the tea break. You all can take up some questions during tea break also. I'll request the Gordhan ji to propose a very well-deserved vote of thanks to sir for nicely covering the entire gamut of technical analysis on various sectors. Gordhan ji, please.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Myself, CA Gordhan Gudani, on behalf of WRC Committee on Capital Market and Investor Protections, here to propose a vote of thanks. Sir, from bottom of our heart, we sincerely thank you, today's speaker Nooresh Mirani ji, to spare your valuable time on this Sunday and sharing technical analysis to us. This will definitely help us everyone in our investing journey. Thank you very much. 5 to 10 minutes, please reassemble in 5 to 10 minutes. 10-15 minutes.